number 20, determine whether the relation is a function and explain. So if I'm looking at all of the inputs, -1 has an output of 5, 2 has an output of 6, 3 has an output of 3, -2 has an output of 8. Each of those inputs has exactly one output. So I'm going to say yes on this one. Every input has exactly one output. Okay, number 21, determine whether the relation is a function and explain. Since we have a graph, I'm going to use a vertical line test, and I really only need to draw one vertical line because as soon as I do that, that vertical line passes through 2 times, which shows me that an input has 2 different outputs. So I'm going to say, no, this is not a function. I can simply say it does not pass the vertical line test. Or I could say some inputs have more than one output. Okay, 22. Find the domain and the range of the function represented by the graph. Is the domain discrete or continuous, right? I like to, on this one, actually label the points. So this would be the point -1, 2. This point would be, this point would be 0, 0. This point would be 1, -2, and then this point would be 4, -1. So the domain is going to be all of the x values. So if I look at the x values, I've got -1, 0, 1, and 4. And then the range is all the y values, which is going to be 2, 0, -2, and -1. Please notice I didn't write a range of values because this is a discrete. The dots are not connected. Okay, so answering my next question, is the graph discrete or continuous? Since we just have dots, my clue to you is dots, discrete, connected, continuous. It's not a connected graph, so it's not including all the values in the domain, so it will be discrete. So I will say discrete, dots are not connected, the graph does not contain all points. Good. Alrighty. Okay, number 23, evaluate the function for x equals -1, 0, and 3. So we're going to have 3 answers. So the first time if we put -1 in, we'll get f of -1 equals 1/2 times -1 plus 3. And when I do that, 1/2 times -1 will be -1/2. -1/2 plus 3 will be 2.5, or you could have 2.5. Okay, the next one will have 0, so put f of 0 equals 1/2 times 0 plus 3. So 1/2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. And then f of 3 will have 1/2 times 3 plus 3. 1/2 times 3 will be 1.5. Plus 3 will be 4.5. Okay, number 24, find the value of x so that f of x equals 3. So remember, we know that f of x stands for the y. So when the y equals 3, what is the value of x? So I'm going to go up to y equals 3, 1, 2, 3, go over till I get to my graph. So I'm going to look right here, and then I'm going to go down. What x value goes with that y value? That would be x equals -2. And 25, the function c equals 0.85t plus 1.25 represents the amount c in dollars TCBY charges for a large cup of frozen yogurt with t toppings. Identify the independent and dependent variables. Is the domain discrete or continuous? Explain. So first of all, independent, remember, we've got 2 variables going on. We have c and we have t. So the independent would be the one that I get to choose. Do I have more control over the cost or how many toppings? Definitely the number of toppings. Now the dependent is going to be C, because the cost is going to depend on how many toppings I put on my yogurt. All right, now is it discrete or continuous? Think of the toppings. Can I put a half number of toppings or a quarter or 0.2 or whatever like that? No, I cannot. So the domain is going to be discrete. And our explanation could be that we can only have, it's not working, okay, discrete, that should have an E on it. Will not let me write an E for whatever reason. But anyway, it's going to be discrete because we cannot add a part of a topping. We can add 5 toppings or 2 toppings or whatever.